Okay, y'all. So we are going to wait and see. I feel like I need a ring. I got a ring here, but now I need a ring here. Anywho, we're going to wait for my people to come on. Hopefully that will come soon. And in the meantime, and in between time, you got yours and I got mine. And mine says I need a ring. So let's get a ring. Let's get a ring. So maybe it's going to be this one. It's going to be this one. Okay. Yeah. You know what? It's going to be both of these. I'm feeling this is my Indinkra symbol era. My Indinkra symbol, yay, hey Ronay, green greetings, hey Clydell. All right, that means we can have an uninterrupted, at least for me, thank you ladies, live stream. So, that breath is a very necessary breath that I need to take and continue to take because I have not been in silence. And let me explain to you, just because you don't talk doesn't mean you're silent. I'm going to say it again. It's like an African proverb. Just because you don't talk does not mean you're silent. So you can't say, oh, I'm not talking, so I'm silent. I'm not talking, so I'm silent. Just because you don't talk, that doesn't mean you're not listening. That doesn't mean you're not letting in the noise. And the noise is on many levels. In Accra, the noise was literally the construction across the street, the traffic, on the road, the amount of people, right? Even the visual kind of noise, right? A lot of noise. Here, not so much external noise. Actually, the sounds you could tell are very soothing. The sounds of the animals, which is mostly what you hear, right? Even the sounds of the cut glass. I was telling you the machete when the farmers are farming, which I don't really hear that even as much. Even the fan, okay, it's part of the landscape at this point, right? It's very hot, so you need the fan. That's like pleasant, even meditative. But oh my God, y'all, I have been on the last few days, I have been watching all of the US stuff. I've been watching it on Facebook, YouTube. Those are the two I have. And oh my, why? Why am I ingesting all of that negativity and noise, spiritual noise? It's not making me feel better. If anything, I've been not going to sleep early. I usually go to sleep between, I would say, traditionally, usually between 8:30 and 9:30 at night. So by 10 o'clock, I'm already slept, already asleep, already in my alpha, beta, whatever that stage, the stage where you are in the deepest part of your sleep, or at least moving towards it. I've been going to sleep midnight, after midnight, watching stuff, talking about the same stuff, and being consumed with it on some levels. Or scrolling a lot just for whatever reasons. There's so much to scroll right now, right? We know how detrimental that is to us, especially as spiritual beings, especially as beings that want to remain centered. We have to remain centered, right? I've been having indigestion. You might think it's from food, but it really isn't if you have it. It's from ingesting. This is all ingesting. We think because the lights is doing a little thing, but it came back. We think because we're not eating the food that it's not food. We're thinking that if we're not chewing the food, and we are chewing, we're chewing on it up here, that it's not affecting us, but it's actually could be worse. You can eat no food and it'd be better than eating toxic media food. We're not made to do it. Besides the fact that the screen time, I'm gonna say for lack of a better term, the EMFs, okay, or the radiation, we're taking that in. And we put our heads up. It's like, oh my God, it's nighttime. Oh my God, it's afternoon. Oh my God, it's morning. And I'm still on this thing on some level. So I changed that right away because I know what it takes and I know what I need to do to get back on track. And that's the most important part. What I was watching prior to all of this was earthships, building, tiny homes, van life, off the grid, homesteading, minimalism, the things that really matter to me, the things that are important to me. I was also doing videos. I enjoy so much of doing the videos, being on different platforms, doing the videos, modeling my clothes, showing my home. I love all that. So it's not me not being on social media doing my thing that's bringing love and joy and color. That last video on afrocentrichomedesign, I got a good amount of views, a few thousand, and I love that people say it's so nice to see color again. You know, I'm attracting a lot of African women in the diaspora, which is really wonderful. And a lot of them say, yeah, I don't know why our people don't use our own stuff in our decor. Why do we adapt to this modernity? I'm making a dress for a sister that her husband is surprised to her. He's surprising her with one of my dresses. I mean, you know, and he wants me to make him an outfit too. Because the flow is so important. If I'm really being my authentic self is not a person who takes in media. The only thing that, if you want to obsess or ingest media, then it must be something that you want. I want to be able to build a rammed earth house, right? I want to be able to know how to catch rainwater, right? I want to see all these different container living, like all these ideas of sustainable living. I want that. So therefore, that's what I should be consuming. I don't want to hear about fascism or see the reality. I don't want. And let me say this, because somebody asked me this question. I promised I would do a video on it. She said, what made you choose the Volta region, specifically in Accra? You're in Ghana, so why not Accra or Kumasi or Cape Coast or Aburi or whatever, right? Why the Volta region? Same reason why I'm telling you this. I chose the Volta region. Well, it chose me, first of all. I've been to these other places. It didn't do it enough for me to say I want to live there. But when I came here, it chose me. And not only did I want to live here, I said I want to buy land here. I want to, the first time. And do you know why? Because of his silence. I'm telling you, most people, when they say, one sister commented, she said, a Ghanaian sister living in the States, I believe so. She said, oh yeah, the Volta region is one of the most beautiful places in Ghana because of the Volta Lake. I don't live anywhere near the Volta Lake. I'm 6 hours outside of Accra. So I didn't just choose the Volta region, I chose the distance away from Accra. Because there's something that I know about me. I prefer to be a bit isolated from others. It helps me to really stay grounded, and it helps me to really stay positive, and to really be a vessel and a vehicle for the most high, not the most low. That's why. So it's very, not just because most people are not coming this far up, and I understand it. It's if you got work to do, if you got a certain kind of business, it's out here. It's you, the goats, and the cows. It's a place where most young people leave this place, and go to Accra and other places to make money, and mostly Accra. It's me and the elderly people and the children. That's who live here. The goats, the cows, the chickens, and other creepy crawlers that I may not be able to identify. So anybody that would leave all of that, because that's some people would say that. I always think about it. My sister friend, Synovia, came to visit, and she was so loving it. And her girlfriend, it was a long ride, I don't blame her. Her girlfriend didn't come to Ghana, probably to leave our car to go 6 hours. And they were driving for longer because They took a wrong turn. 8 hours of driving on the roads. It's the roads, right? And her girlfriend looked at me after she saw me because she realized, okay, this is an African American living in God. I know her girl told her because she could see for herself. And she sat, after she sat down and got relaxed, she turned around, was on to the side of her. She turned around and said, "What made you move up here? Like, what you do that for? Like, what made you move up here? Like," and I laughed because I totally got it. I said, "Oh my God, it called me, it pulled me. I love it." And somebody once told me before, the Volta region is very, very powerful. So if it's not for you, it won't even let you in. If you're not ready for it, it won't let you in. I remember getting a reading from a brother in the Cape Coast, a Ghanaian, and he said, "Ooh, the Volta region." He said, you are meant to be there. Well, he didn't know me any first. He said, "You're meant to be in the mountains." Gave me a reading. You're supposed to be in the mountains. That's not ocean, or that's not for you to. So he reading this whole thing, and he said, "Yeah, you need to be in a place where there's magic, where there's." And I said, "Oh wow, it's funny. I actually am thinking about. Wasn't moved here yet. I actually thinking about moving to Volta." He said, "Oh my God, that's your place." And he said, "Now they lay a lot. And the people are very much into the charms. They call it charms. Charms is, what charms are, but it's not. It doesn't have to be bad. Unfortunately, a lot of times it could be." So he said that you have to be very powerful, and he said, "But you actually are." And he said, "You're here right now where you are." I was in Alajo. I'm sorry, this is back then, the first apartment I lived in. And he said, you're going to have your experiences where it's going to strengthen you. So I tried to, the first time, drag Manasti at the time because he was city boy, and I don't blame him. That's okay. He's a Accra boy. He was born in Accra, the whole bit. And I got him to come the first time just to look at it. I own nothing because I wanted him to say, "Hey," I told him when I came back, "I want to own land there. Please help me." He's like, "Okay," but he hemmed it hard, but he did it. And we never made it. We made it to the Volta. We made it to a place called Pecky. But we had it was a terrible trocho accident. It was like something out of a dang movie. We crashed, the glass all fell in, everybody's halfway injured. Nobody died, thank God. And my tooth fell out. It was hanging from a string. That was the most I got. And I knew then how powerful. I remember when he said, if you're not ready, if it's not ready for you, it won't allow you. So most people would have just said, "I'm never going to come back this far again. I'll just go to the eastern region," because I've been to the eastern region. That's a little, maybe an hour or two outside of Accra. Not too far like going up here. And I loved it. It's beautiful. I enjoyed it. It's kind of a lot more people here. I don't like that people. I'm telling you who I am, because we're talking about our authentic self. This is what the masterclass on Sunday is going to be about. I knew that wasn't me. You can have all the beauty, but if it's too choked, as they say here, if it's too crowded, I'm not going to be attracted to the place. In all honesty, I want to be, I don't even want everybody up here with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I could be really real, like, I love that it's not that place, that it is this far, and only those that will be able to get here will get here. It makes it special. And I know that everybody's not going to feel it, but so many people are going to, soul is going to open up their soul, or places like this. I remember when I was in Trinidad, and I stayed in Arima, which was very nice. I also stayed in Port of Spain, in particular St. James, which is when you come into the city. I stayed in Maribel, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, Maribel. I stayed in Tunapuna. I stayed in a couple of places, but it was a place called Dago Martin. Dago Martin had my heart because it was bush. It was bush as far as you could see. I mean, physically, Trinidad is a very beautiful, lush country. But I just wanted to be in Dago Martin. Even the brother I was with, his mom and him lived in the city, Port of Spain, St. James. And he had a space that he was building because his brother lived in the back in Dago Martin. And he was such a mama boy. No offense if you're watching. God rest your mama's soul, too. He was such a mama boy at his old age, his big age, that he still wanted to go back and be in the house with his mommy. And I stayed in Dago Martin, a foreigner in Dago Martin, in the back in the bush, where the road is a while to get down there. And I remember I called the house because I would call him, and his mom would answer. It was a telephone then. And she laughed so hard. She said, girl, I know what you're doing. I hear you. She said, a woman need her own kitchen. I'm trying to tell them that. Stay up there. Why are you coming over here with me? She knew. We both knew. But it called me. It grabbed me. It took me. And it was silent every day. And I ate mangoes from the tree. His brother was in the back house, but he worked all day. But still, at least I could have that access. The house was a one-room shack, if you will. It was a shanty in some ways on stilts. And it had the bathroom was outside. And it had, so that means, and mosquitoes, but it had a fan, luckily. I think it was even like a fan that sits. And the house had comfort and beds, and I still wanted to be in the bush. That's who I am. That's who I really am, because when I'm leaving America, I'm not wanting an America. I don't want another version of America. So why was I consuming all of this American media? I don't live there. That's why. I didn't even know why I left, and let me say, it's not saying, well, that's your problem. Oh my God, because we don't know what's going to happen, how it's all thing going to look, and there's really no end. There's only to me new beginnings. So, but I can help my people way more if I'm aligned with my higher self. You have to learn about yourself and who you think you are. I promise you, I say it all the time. This master class that I'm doing on Sunday, I didn't get a lot of rest, so if I'm going over my words, it's because I'm probably still sleepy. But this master class that I'm doing on Sunday about your authentic self, the reason why I want to tell you why I think that class is so important. When I was growing up in Brooklyn, you couldn't have told me that I was going to be some girl living in the countryside of Ghana or the countryside of any place. I remember when I was in the DR and we were in Puerto Plata and we were also I didn't like Santiago, but that was the city. I didn't like it at all. Santo Domingo, I didn't like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved Santo Domingo more because the people was black looking, and I mean, it was beautiful that way, but it was a very old city, but I don't like the city vibe like that. I knew again, I said, oh my God, here I am in the Dominican Republic. I don't want to be in Santo Domingo. I don't want to be in Santiago. Puerto Plata, I kind of like Puerto Plata. That little place right there, that little something to it there. That was the first I saw black people coming out in droves. Like, I like Puerto Plata, I did. But the place that I loved the most was when we went to the countryside to see his parents. And sometimes they would be embarrassed because that's to them, that means the people are poor. Oh my God, it was chicken. Mommy, just exactly of this town. And then we went to a place called Samana, and that one blew my mind. Like, oh my God, that was a mythical, it looked like something out of I don't know, like like the Twilight Zone now. They'll start off with the Any Town USA, but it's just always a small, almost like a Mayberry type town. It was the freaking Black Mayberry type town. It was the most amazing experience, and I said, oh wow, like this is more me. I went to Sapelo Island because, it was 65 people on the whole island and they wasn't even all there. How about that? That's bush. That's country. So I'm not, but I didn't, but again, if you told me the 12-year-old, the 14-year-old, the 16-year-old, the 22-year-old, if you told me then, because you think you know yourself, we all think we know ourselves, and we will hold on to that self from 12, like, come on. But I did. I was a concrete jungle girl. New York is where it's at. Brooklynite. Like really, like I was a New Yorker in all of its New York glory or not glory, depending on who you meet. And I moved. I visited Vegas, which definitely wasn't for me. That was just. I'm away from my mom. I'm 22 years old. I don't live with my mom and my family. I don't live in Brooklyn. I'm not in the project. Like, yo, until about 10 months in, it was like, no. Because then you miss like cultural things, not even just black cultural things, just straight cultural things. At that time, I can't remember, that must have been, I don't know. I was 22. I'm 57. So that was a long time ago. So I visited California while in Vegas, the Bay Area. Thank you for being the Bay. I think the Bay, although Southern California is very beautiful as well. But the mountains, that's it. I'm a mountain girl. I need mountains. And it's not the mountain, but it's got hills. And and we used to go walking in the trails, and it's so beautiful. And I thought, oh my God, I know this is weird. Nobody in Brooklyn, as I'm sitting there just visiting, nobody in Brooklyn would believe this, but I really think this is me. I was living in Berkeley, at that beautiful Berkeley, California. I said, I think this is me. I don't know how to tell the Brooklyn people this. So I went back and I told the Brooklyn people, I said, hey, first when I was moving to Vegas, they was like, I don't know about that, but I left anyway. When I came back, because we needed to figure out that this is not the number one stop. But when I came back, I knew I was moving to Cali. I only visited for the weekend. I visited Cali from Friday to Monday, and I knew that I was going to live there. Do you understand? I told my girl, because we had left, I went back to Vegas. I said, hey, me and my best friend, yeah, I know, this is what I do. I said, hey, we moving to Cali. She said, Cali, I mean, what? Because it was in Vegas. I was just visiting him for the weekend I was visiting him in Cali, but we were in Vegas at the time. I said, girl, because this is the pits. You already know Vegas ain't for us. No offense to my Vegas people. This is not for us. We going to Cali. And she's like, oh, okay. I said, yeah, just come on. We're going to go. I said, so we had to go back to New York first. And I went back for 4 months. And oh my God, let me tell you how New York felt like. It felt like, and I went back to my mother and them were still in the projects at the time. We had just moved in when I was 14. So we hadn't lived there long. But my mama, I couldn't be the little girl in the room anymore. I couldn't be the one that shared the room with my sister. I couldn't be the girl no, it didn't work. I was free. I saw more. I was exposed. My life was like, yo, what's up? So I got it together. My sister was dating a guy that his mom worked for the airlines. And so she got me a $45 voucher one way. And I had one-way ticket with the man that I had met him in New York. First of all, I met the guy in New York. He was a white guy too, by the way. It's my first and only one. Couldn't do it after that. No offense to white guys. But I met him, and he was like, hey, if you ever get close to Cali, I met him in New York, because his mom was from New York, but they were still Californians. If you ever get close to Cali, you should come visit. And I was like, hey, I'm in Vegas. Is that close to Cali? He was like, yes. And that was it. That's how it happened. So I told him, okay, cool. I know we just had a weekend. I'll be back. Wait for me. And I moved back to Brooklyn. I'm convincing my girl. I ain't noticed the pattern. I'm trying to convince my girl, like, sis, you ain't working. We ain't doing nothing over here. Let's just move to Cali. She said, I don't have a job. I said, I don't have one either. But homeboy, we're going to be okay, okay? You're a hardworking girl. You're going to get a job. And I'm going to do something else. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do, but I don't feel like working. I knew that one. I knew the job thing was not going to work for me. Don't worry, we're gonna hang out with him. Don't worry. She was like, okay. So she didn't come. I went. And I moved to Berkeley. And it was beautiful. And I was doing great. He was looking out for me. I was looking for a job. I wound up temping. That's how I did. In the end, I wound up temping. But for a while, I wasn't doing too much. And then I became a vegetarian. I became vegan. Before the word, I didn't even know how to pronounce it. Then they said, I remember seeing graffiti on a building in Berkeley at the time. It's the 90s, early 90s. And it said Vegan. We all said vegan. We had no idea. Vegan, like Vegas, right? Vegas, vegan. You get it? It was vegan. And then somebody said it was vegan. I was with the real hippies. Y'all didn't even know about that. I was in Berkeley. Y'all can't even play with that one. I mean, everybody got their thing, and you got to get Berkeley their hippie thing. They got the hippie thing down. We was eating sprouts and avocado. I thought avocado was the nastiest thing I ever had. Now, oh my God, I love avocado. We homemade. Oh, God, stop! Don't even play with me on that. Don't even play with me on the Cali, Berkeley, Telegraph Avenue. Hanging out with white boys that knew more about, and white girls that knew more about rap than I did. I ain't know nothing about Tribe Called Quest. I wasn't that much of a rap head, but they were. I was like, yo, okay, is that how they sound? Well, cool. Anyway. So I'm calling my girl, though, because clearly I'm the only one. And I'm like, yo, come back. Get out of Brooklyn. Come back. Get out of Brooklyn. Listen to me. Do something different. Yo, but I got to work. You a hard worker. I ain't worried about you. So while I'm sitting there not really working at the time, I was entertaining. I was living my life. I got to work. Come on. Everybody needs a soft life. I needed to land it. I was landing, y'all. I was on vacation. That's with the white guy. I was on vacation. It was, but everybody was saying it was my life. Okay, so she came. We lived in a beautiful duplex. It was really nice. And my girl came, and she was like, I gotta get a job. And he was like, hey, he came to both of us. He's like, hey, because he worked in the computer industry. He worked in, Silicon Valley ran everything, even if it was with Berkeley. So he was a computer head, programmer of something. I really don't know because I wasn't that much into this kind of stuff. And he was like, there's a job opening. We were both sitting in the couch. I looked at her, I said, girl, you better go get that job, girl. He hit you up. I said, oh, you can hook her up. You can see where I was going. Well, you ain't talking to me because I ain't going to be working like that. So, yeah. So because she's perfect for that. She's, smart, egghead, and she got the job. She got the job. And they would go to work together. And I would stay in the house. And I would clean, and I would sit on the deck, and I would walk through Berkeley, and I would go to all the secondhand vintage stores. Honey, black girl, soft magic. Okay, it was a soft magic. I was on the soft magic tip. And then eventually I realized that, guess what? Oh no, wait a second, because I don't play with that. I got to be authentic. Nice, sweet, kind, loving guy. Oh my God. I couldn't do it. I wanted a brother. I know. My God. I wanted to be with my own man and my own, I know. Why am I telling? I wanted that. I couldn't do it. Oh no, I was like, oh my God. My girl liked white men. She preferred them. It was just the universe just made it happen so I could make this happen, So I couldn't do it. And it was a year we were together, and I had went to Oakland, child. I went to Oakland, and my whole world changed from Berkeley to Oakland. I was like, oh, hell, is this where all the black people is? Chocolate City all the day long. I was like, girl, Tammy, Oakland, yo, this is where the black people are, girl. The people been there forever. It was in North Oakland. It was before gentrification. We was near a hospital called Children. And then you know what happened? I got a temp job. I said I need a job because I'm about to be, leaving the man. So I need my own money now. I left every day. I didn't have to work. They was taking care of me. Okay, I was good. But, you're not really good because, you got to be free. So I left that, which was good. Some women would think I'm absolutely lost my mind, but I know my girl did. So I was like, no, girl, I'm moving to Oakland. Me and the brother, the man, we decided, I told him the truth that I couldn't do it and what I really needed and desired. And I was working at Children's Hospital on, that was Martin Luther King Boulevard. Yeah, you know when you leave Berkeley to live on 54th Street between MLK and Dover, if it wasn't the hood, but it was a black neighborhood that the houses have been passed down to the black people for generations. They owned all of that, practically North Oakland. It's a beautiful sight to see. And they were all Southerners, mostly from Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. That was where the people were from. It was dope. That was Oakland. Remember that time? Because I know now they give it a whole new name. It's called Temescal. It ain't North Oakland no more. And you know who lived there. But anyway, I digress. So I got a job. I was temping at Children's Hospital. I ain't like notes. I'm not an office girl. I'm a Leo. I got to be out in the sun. Sitting with 15-minute breaks in between. It's like you telling me what to do. It seemed like a caged animal. It wasn't right. I'm not really down for it. But I struggled through, you know what I'm saying? And, but he was nice. He helped us get the apartment. We had a wonderful landlord. It was just wonderful. Then I met a wonderful brother who was not in the Nation of Islam, but he liked the following, but he was lovely. He gave me money every week too. I had a job, but still. And he paid some bills. I ain't asked him, so he just wanted to. And he bought me dresses every week, a new dress. Me and Ross, we was best friends. And I was good. I was good again. I was good. I was like, well, I'm gonna hang out with him because I actually liked him too. On top of everything else. So it was a soft landing. Do you understand? I could say, oh, I'm die-hard New York. Yo, concrete jungle. Like, who say that, right? Nobody. I mean, people say I'm die-hard New York, but when I got to Cali, I was like, oh. And the brother was from Florida. He's from Tampa, but he'd been in Cali for a long, long time. He had a daughter, and I loved her. She loved me, and she was a little girl, and I was in a happy little world. But of course, I kept growing and I found Queen Afua, Sacred Woman. No, I'm sorry, I found Queen Afua, and it was my girl Tammy who found Queen Afua, Heal Thyself. And that book changed our entire lives. And I became a vegan overnight after reading the book. We both did. And when I became a vegan, you talk about higher elevation, and the idea of the way she talked about veganism from an African or Black perspective. Prior to that, I'm in Berkeley, California. Veganism was white as white bread, okay? It was white as white bread, but let's stop playing. It was a white thing. And it was like, okay, wow, you mean it could be a Black thing? Changed my life. Changed my life, honey. And then it just goes on. I'm at the Rasta, and then it was just like, that was just another level. But my girl wound up still being at the job for years, maybe 15 years after. At that point, I had moved into the other community. I was having my baby naturally. But we was both vegan. To this day, we're still both vegan. But I took a chance. And that's like I said, I discovered, and even when I was with this group called Para Ucha, that's where I met my wonderful mentor, Sister Rashida Kahaba. We was always going camping. I had never in my life been camping in Brooklyn. I ain't never been camping. And I loved it. That's what I knew. I was like, wait a second, I loved it. And I was going walking through the trails, and then I met my sister, another sister, and we was just, the community were very much grassroots on a real level and natural, and I preferred it. But I thought I was that girl. So if you sitting here holding near and dear to who you've always been, I promise you're probably not that. You probably grew 1,000 times. You probably were so many people that wanted to emerge, and you just pressed and pressed, or you didn't expose yourself to something new. In other words, you didn't follow that intuition. I wasn't scared to be like, oh, the guy in Cali, moving to Vegas, I don't know nobody. She didn't either, but we went in, basically a company was started and we had to head it. And we were just the supervisors. We were young, but we was doing our little thing. Got with a white guy, why not? I mean, it worked out for me, didn't it? Until I realized, okay, that's probably not, I don't want to just be with somebody that I, well, lovely, brother, I'm going to say brother, lovely, amazing husband. I'm marrying a Black woman having children by her, so I have no problem. And years later, she wanted to introduce herself, say, you know my husband, and I love to buy a bag, and she bought one of my pyramid bags, maybe two. I never met her, but she watched me. Just so happened. Look how life goes. You gotta move with spirit. That's true authenticity. When you're able to move with spirit, it's like, I'm gonna move with spirit. I wasn't scared of nothing like that. It was like that. But this is another thing. If I don't feel it, I left the job, I gotta feel it. If I don't feel it, I'm not doing it. It's not gonna happen. Nothing you could say, nothing you could do. I'll die inside. I can't die inside. Not inside. Because we're gonna die outside, but we're not gonna die inside. My spirit, when the body leaves, my spirit will be as exuberant, as adventurous, and as fun as it was when it was in the body. So it'll be freer. We don't die inside. We're not doing it unless we die to be reborn again. Then we can do that. I can't do that other stuff. It's not me. I can't do it. It's not ever going to be me. So I can say, oh my God, you're leaving this great thing. Yeah, I'm about to do that because I need something else. My heart. My heart, my heart. Like my heart, it's like, ooh, that's not it. Ooh, that's it. My heart is my, it's my compass. Ooh, oh, don't feel it. Don't want it. Not going to do it. It was a great ride, and it ain't over. It ain't over. And thank you, are we still got our moderators? Let me make sure my moderators is in the house because I feel like I'm seeing some stuff. No, you're doing great. You're doing great as usual, per usual. Elena know the Bay. Elena was born in Berkeley, or at least lived in Berkeley. Elena know. Elena, is North, okay, is it still Temescal? Is it still very gentrified? Yeah, I know it's gentrified. Oakland is gentrified. Remember North Oakland, 54th, MLK and Dover? She know, because me and her, I met her at, when I lived around the lake, which I lived there for a long time. I lived there for 16 years. And I met Elena, the most amazing massage therapist at the time. But now I think you're a doula now. Well, I love life. Look at life, girl. How's the boys? Camilo and Jonathan. Hope you're still here. Hey, Sharon, Royal Arising Empress to you too. Hey, Karaoke. Hello, ma'am. Hey, who else? Michaela. You're really pretty. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Thank you, Michaela. I am, and thank you, and thank you. Janami family. Hey, Sharon. Interesting. Beautiful car. Okay. Out of the world. Good evening from India. The Indians is in the house. We welcome you. Hey, El Rootsy. Good morning. Good morning to you. Jazz and laughter. I love the jazz and laughter name. I mean, blessed rising to you. I love that. Peace is so important to me and needed for me as well. So yes, it's everything, right, Jazz? Hello to Andreas. I had dated a guy named Andreas. He was from Italy. I know my other side. That was my experimental life. That was like, yo, the projects or going to the village and hanging out with these people. Like I'm about to broaden my horizons right now because the projects was like, this is what we do. This is the block. And I wasn't even a project girl because I moved when I was 14. So I'm sitting there like, oh, I don't even know about this life right here. But I know that was a good experience too because it toughened a girl up, even though I never hung out there. They laughed at me in the projects. I was villagey. I was wearing cowboy boots and motorcycle jackets. I had like purple hair. I would walk out the door and the whole neighborhood just be laughing at me. So I got to the train station. It wasn't really nice. I had to have my Sony Walkman on. That's what we had back then. It was a cassette. I know you don't know nothing about that. I'm blasting Led Zeppelin and Aerosmith and Jimi Hendrix. I'm weird. They was laughing at me. I was literally laughing. Like I didn't care. I didn't give a damn. I was like, whatever. So I mean people totally different from me. I met people from all over the world. That's why I started really talking French and speaking it because I meet people from Morocco, from France, from Italy, all over the world, Albania. I mean, I can't even name it. Like I was like ready for the world in Brooklyn, but then I had to go back home in a day. So at one point though, I knew the clothes could get me hurt because I would like go to my friends and then we would go to the village. I would go to her place. She lived like right up the edge of Park Slope, and I would walk from the projects over there. So what I did was I stopped wearing the clothes outside the project at night. Some people are like, oh, are you a freak? And like, yeah, then it was some, And so I would put the clothes in my bag and wear some more like jeans and just, like regular. And I would cover my hair with a hat because you see the color. And I would get to my girl's house and then I would change my clothes and we would get on the train and go to the village. West 4th, East Village. Yeah. And so, but I was still me. I was so odd. I mean, I wasn't the white black girl. No offense to the white black girl. If you are a white black girl, that's your life. That's your reality. I wasn't a white black girl. I was a black girl in the village. I was a black girl that could be a black girl but still enjoy other people that wasn't. You don't have to be, you could be your entire authentic black self and still hang out with people that are not black. I've never seen it. All the black girls I saw in the village. It wasn't a whole bunch of black girls up in the village. Let me stop. You're lying to myself. At that time, it was me and my girl, but we were ourselves. We were our Brooklyn girl self, and I love that. So I said you could be your authentic self and don't have to be, and still make a way and not fit in. You don't want to fit in. You want to be unique and different, just like the rest of the people that you're with. I love listening other languages and cultures. My mother was first. You know how I got to the village? It was my mom. We was 15 years old. She's like, y'all need to see something else. Because I would be like, we would go to school and be like, everybody's wearing the Jordache. Everybody's wearing the Sassoon. Everybody's wearing the Gloria Vanderbilt. We wanted to. She's like, what? My kids? Oh, no. Trendsetters, not followers. Let me take you to the village. So let me expose you to some other stuff because this is wiggity whack, not my kids. And we did, and that was it. I fell in love. I was like, Mom, good looking out. This is cool. So my mom, yeah. My mom was really deep. My mom dated a young guy in the village too. I mean, can you imagine we meeting at this place called something? It was like heavy metal played. It was horrible music. Even back then, I didn't like that shit. No offense, it was horrible. I was like, oh my God, what is this music? But it was fucking noise y'all listening to. I said, oh, this is a little too white for me. But anyway, just, hey, it's all fun. Don't get mad. It was a little too much, but it was fun watching the people. And plus, there was this guy I had this crush on. He was black. His name was Ellis, and he was a rock. He used to play rock music. Like, not metal, though, but rock. But he was always with white girls, and I was always with white girls. We were a match made in heaven. And he was from Alabama, because when he talked, I said, oh my God, with this accent, my brother, he's like my sister. And we like totally fell in love. But we was like he was caught up in the drug thing. I didn't know, because I was too dumb to realize people was doing drugs around me. I was protected, y'all. I had no idea what was going on. I was not no drug. I didn't even smoke no weed. I was different. I ain't do none of that. I drank some though, but not no hard liquor like wine, and got really drunk off it sometimes. Had a great time, and we were in love. Like we were in love. We were so perfect for each other, but yeah, it was the time. It was the time. But I was like black man. Really, that was always been my it was never like I hung out with everybody else, and I really thoroughly enjoyed my time with them. Like I learned a lot, and I knew there was a world. But my girl was really into them. Like that's what she gonna want to marry. Like I was like, ooh, girl, it ain't all that for me. So I found the one black guy in the village. I was like, me and you, me and you. He was really like me and you, and I was like, oh yes, but just kept missing. It was just so beautiful. But anyway, that's a long story. That's another story. Andreas. So anyway, but I was with this guy named Andrea Galasso. He was from Italy, and he was a boxer. And he was, every time we were walking down the street, a black man would be like, yo, what's up? What's up? Because I was a cutie back then, the shape and everything. I mean, I ain't too bad now, but, and he used to want to fight them all. I'd be like, dude, you can't fight everybody. Like, come on, relax. So he wanted to take me back to Italy and get married. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Because I have to follow my heart. It's not money. It's not prestige. It's my heart. Don't you want to live like that? Come into this Sunday workshop. I'm going to teach you all the tools. B, Boy, Coleman, grand rising to you. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Thank you, Jazz and Laughter. Jazz and Laughter, that's what we have today. We have a lot of laughter. Thumbs up, says Renee, and thanks for doing the work. Amalia, Sharon, laughing. Hi, Kiosha, hey, hi. Retired and rooted in Egypt. Yes, good morning, Lisa and Chad. That's what I'm talking about, though. Welcome and good morning. Jazz and Lab says, yes, I feel this in my soul. I'm from New York, currently in Brooklyn right now, but when I went to Tanzania and Zanzibar, I felt like Tanzania chose me. I need the ocean and animals and the Tanzanians. I mean, that's why we can't be caught up in the territories, right? We be like, oh, yo, I'm from here, like I'm supposed to die. No, get up and out, honey. You're a whole nother person. There's so much inside of you. That's right, Tanzania. Well, I will see you again on the continent. Dion, great to have you. Thank you. Hey, T2. Hi, Boston. You Boston, okay. Michael, good morning. Hi, Precious. I'm doing well. And PK, you... No, camping, Holiday in the 90s. You missed it. I missed it, PK. I missed it. Dion says, I got the information I needed about the question I asked you about pumpkin being squash. Lisa, okay. And Dr. Sabi Foodist I obtained today said one can eat squash except pumpkin. Okay, so you got your thing. I'm so glad. Kantoku, you have nice dress. Thank you. Yeah, Jazz and Laughter. Beautiful red lip color on you, queen. Thank you, Tim Johnson. Elena, oh yeah. Tim Mescal, yeah, totally changed, girl. Dula, yes, I now postpartum, working in Castro Valley. Level Jonathan, 27. Oh my God, no. And Camila, 21. Okay, the time is going too fast. She know how far we go. They was babies when I knew them. I mean, practically babies, practically. Wow, I'm so glad for you, Elena. I only have one client, but really good. Yay. Wow, Lisa, you dated someone. Oh, my God. Italy, France, Morocco, and Berkeley, California. I wasn't playing. Probably some other ones. I just can't remember. Hallelujah, says Lambini. We live in East Oakland, 75th Avenue. It's changed too. How I heard. Oh my God, they even in East Oakland now, gentrifying. Now you know. Beverly, hey Bev, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you. Hey Beverly, Joe Moni Harris says, I like all music and played in drum corps, but stayed in the hood. I loved it. All music is absolutely wonderful. It was just the heavy metal. It was a little my mind. I just tried to get in, and I couldn't find. It was a bit much, but I was there. I was there every weekend. It was um, something bar, something bar, something bar. I can't remember. Can't remember all the places. I remember Cafe Wild. That was my spot in the village. We had our spots. Okay, same sis. They laughed at me in the project. Go ahead, what? Really? I'm from Queensbridge. My aunt is from Queensbridge. I used to go to Queensbridge to visit her all the time. She passed now. My aunt's from Queensbridge. Hey, MC Shan from Queensbridge too? Yes. Just saying. And Brevoort Project. Come on now, you know. Playing rock and roll, hanging in the village, and still black girl. Yay! So not. We find our tribe. But we gotta tell our story. Hey, Elena, says Bev. Thank you, y'all doing great work. Facts says yes. So, like your authentic self, you better get up the block first of all. But you gotta follow your heart. You know you are who you are when they laughing at your ass, and you still like, you know what? I can't beat them. If I hang out with them, they gonna know I'm inauthentic. It's not me. I'm not that person. I gotta follow that, and it hasn't left me in 57 years. And 57 years old, I'm still like, you know what? Like I got to Accra. It was mighty exciting. It was it was Africa. I thought that's what I thought when I first came. I was like, oh my God, Accra, I'm in Africa. Like I am in Africa, y'all. Accra is Africa, but what I mean is now you'll not now, but you'll hear a lot of people say, you know, Accra is really not really Africa like that. You shouldn't put that like I went to Africa. You only been to Accra. You should really get outside. Now you really see Africa, which means more like villages and places of that nature. And I loved it, and it was great, and I designed and I lived this dream that I didn't even know I had, but it was artistic and beautiful. And it's like that's who I am. You know, that's another part of me. And at one point, you know, I met the brother like I told you. So we go back, and I said, yo, I went up there and like I think me and you should. I want to buy land and I want you to help me. And he was like, okay, but I was dragging him. I could feel it. And we had an accident. We never made it to here, we was going to this place called Willie Falls, which now I do own 3 plots of land there. But, and when he came, I mean, he loved it. It was pretty, but it's okay. You know, I cried, he's young, and it was great. You know, I'm going to tell you about, I'm 25 years older than Manasi, so you know. Just so we can just get this over with, because I never told you that. Today's confession day. I'm 25 years older than Manasi. He chose me. I wasn't really trying to do this. Like, I had never dated no younger man. I always dated older men, to be honest. And I was in the art center doing my thing, and he came. I was sitting there. I walked into the place where I get my jewelry done, this house of brother. And he was sitting right next to me. But let me tell you, let me just talk about this life out here for me. Art center, especially when you talk about going in the back, when you're talking about going with the people that make the stuff. I forget the name of my mind because I need a little rest, but they're in the back. So it's men back there. I mean, the whole place is basically men really ran, but the stalls, you'll see the women in it, but it's men in the back. And so when I walk into Sule's place, it's no other women in there. It'd be nothing but all men. And my little shiny self come in with my little jewelry and my little femininity. And hey, Sule, what's up? And the only black American, only foreigner too. And I gave my order, because he made all this jewelry, all this stuff I had made. And I gave him my order, and I'm sitting next to a brother, but I ain't even looking at him. I don't look at nobody in the face like that. Because here, if you look at them too hard, that you married to them. You don't want to do it. So I'm like, I ain't gonna look at nobody right now. I was in I'm so free. But I do remember this very picture that I bought right here, because I was teaching a coaching class, and it was visualization meditation, right? Visualization meditation. It was a visualization meditation class, and we would meditate for 21 days, and then we would take a break, and then we did it for like 3 months straight. But in that year of being with the group, I was celibate. I wasn't dating anybody. I was designing shoes, jewelry, bags, clothes, you name it, girl, furniture. I was full. And remember, after a year, I told the group, like, I'm ready for love. So I was like, oh, let me get my feng shui love corner together. Let me get a picture of couples. And someone told me to go to this gallery that I had never been to. I'll call in love. I had my book. I had my crystals. I had it all. Set it up. That's the picture I bought. And I left it alone. I was still enjoying life. I was getting extensions and all the African braids. I was having colors. It was like my village girl, but African style. And I was really having a great time. And I met him. And so anyway, he was sitting next to me, and I had my tie and dye or batik shoes on, and I had a tie and dye dress. They say tie and dye here, so tie and dye dress. And he was sitting next to me, but I ain't looking at nobody, because I'm trying to just, And he says, I like your shoes. And I said, oh yeah, aren't they cute though? Because I'm from Brooklyn, and that's what we say. And so he was like, yes. And I was like, okay. So anyway, he was trying to do some work with Sule too, put an order in. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not interrupting. He's like, no, you go first. But I still don't even look at his face because I don't see him. And so anyway, I took care of my business. I left. I walked out. Next day, I know somebody running behind me. Now, everybody know me there. So none of the men was that bold to talk to me. To them, I'm a Black American woman. I am Madame. I am like this, be respected. So they would never, and a lot of times their English is not good, so they don't feel like I would even think about them. But he was bold. He came to me and said, hello. I said, oh, hi, because I don't know who you are. I don't recognize him. The New York don't never leave each other. I'm like, what? And he was like, hi, and I was like, hello. And he was like, my name is, and introduced himself. I said, okay. He said, I was just in the place with you. I said, oh, you were? I was like, oh, you were? And he was like, yeah, I was just sitting next to you. Oh, the one about I asked about your shoes. Oh, okay. And I looked at his face and I said, I still didn't even see him. I didn't even know he was good looking, y'all. I didn't even see him. I was like, okay. So he was like, I wanted to know if I could take you out or have lunch or something. I would love to have your number. And I was about to say no. I don't know why, but I don't know. I wasn't really thinking like that, even though I had the love thing set up, and And I turned around and no was going to come with my mouth, but I saw his eyes. That's the only thing I ever saw was his eyes. And his eyes had something that I liked. And I said, okay, yes. And then I thought he told me he was 39 on the phone. We talked on the phone for a hot second, but his accent was much thicker than it is now. He'd been around me, so, your English get better when you're around. It's like my airway should be getting better, but it ain't. Anyway. I didn't know what he said, y'all. I thought he said 39. That's what I thought he said. And I already called my sister. I said, oh my God, I met this young guy. He wanted to go on Friday, whatever. And he is 39. Girl, that's just too young. And I was, 54 or something. That was way too young. I was like, so we had another conversation on the phone maybe 2 days later because we're getting close to the day we're supposed to meet. And I say, so yeah, you 39? I'm having a little issues with the 39. Because that's so young, and I'm 54. So he said, no, not 39. I felt my heart because that's what happened. I said, oh, what did you say? He said 29. I said, you know what, I got to go now. Like, we can't even talk. Like, I can't even be on the phone with you. Like, no. And I hung up. I did. I was like, oh, hell no, he is not doing this one today. This is not going to happen. And he called me back. He said, please, I beg. That's what they say. I beg. Pacho, I beg. Just give me a chance. I was like, oh, no. So because I told my sister he was 39. My sister, I love her. She Brooklyn. She was like, he grown, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with 39. He grown. He 39. He grown. I was like, yeah, I guess 39 is grown. She's about to be 40. Ain't no 40-year-old, no little kid. That's a man right there. So I called her back. I said, girl, he 29. She laughed. She ain't say nothing, but she just laughed. I said, why you laughing? This is serious. She was like, girl, just have fun. And that was it. So I gave him a chance, and we were together for 3.5 years, and now we not. And that's the end of that story. But it was, and so would I ever date a man 25 years younger than me? No. Especially when they don't have a baby, especially when they don't have children. They need to have children. They need to know that experience because I can't do that for you. I can't. I can't do nothing for you, man. I'm busy trying to do for me. It was a rap song back in the day. I can't do that for you. So, and no for other reasons too. I no. Mm-mm. But although I attract a lot of young men to me, I don't, never, no, 25 years, never. 10 years is the most that I will go younger. So for all you men that be tuning in, because you captivated by the aura, if you're less than 10 years younger than me, I can't even hold you like that, because that's just too young for me. So yeah, I don't think about the age, and he didn't either, because he was proud. He was proud. He was proud. It's my woman. Yeah, we gonna be. It was good. And then I just start thinking about, I think I need something else. Because all my men actually brought me to a better place than I was before. They were all artistic. They could assist me. Okay, he was too. Okay, wait a second. The dress that I'm wearing, let's see the outfit of the day. This Manasi's fabric. What am I talking about? I still get the men. This is Manasi's fabric. So I told him that I wanted a green dress. Green cloth. This is tie and dye, and this is his fabric. So he makes the fabric, and I turned it into this dress. I turned it into, let me show you. Oh, here it is. Let me show you the flow of this dress. I designed the dress. He designed the fabric, so I'm not going to lie. Half the things in here. My robe, my bloomer set, everything. Not everything. That's not true. But he designed my curtains. Yeah, actually, he did. He designed, he didn't ever make hair wraps and all this stuff. He just made fabric. I said, make me fabric and find me somebody that could put it in hair wraps. And that's what he did. So, it's just the hair wrap. So I do attract that. Child, a man gotta be assistants. A girl you be needing assistants out in this world. So it was really beautiful. And then, oh my God. So it wasn't until we actually went out on our date. And I was like to my sister, oh my God, we're going on a date. And he ain't have no money. Like, I ain't know, but of course I probably knew, because he was in art center. He had no money. He had no money. And he was like, but he set up this. He got this brother that's a xylophone, Quaker Nancy, and this other brother, Alex. His brother owns a place called Bajo, and they were the baddest xylophone. He played the drums, and we had to hold the tables, and he created this whole date for me, private show for me. And I took a picture. I took a video while he was drumming. My sister said, let me see him. She said, oh my God, girl, he looked like an actor. I was like, girl, this boy is fine as hell. Like, what? I didn't know he was that good looking until I went out with him, because I didn't see all that the first time. And that was the end of that. So it was fun. It was an adventure. You never know till you try. So it's been an adventure ever since. So yeah, so I want to buy first plot of land together, me and him, and then I bought 2 more plots of land, farmland. And then I really wanted to, because I was living in this town, but visiting up there, I decided I needed a place here. So I bought the land right over here. For my home, and that's it. People come into your life, really, I know, we all hear it, reason, season, or lifetime. And he was really my reason and my season. If I wouldn't be sitting up here today, I wouldn't have been able to be. Typically, when you're coming into a small town in Africa, in Ghana, because that's something what I know, as a woman in general, you should be married. I mean, they expect you're going to get more respect, and you're going to get more protection. So marriage is very important here. People, it's just they're not used to unmarried women. It's not as respected, unfortunately. Accra, you can get away with anything. Accra is like the city and it's free. But here's a little more culture. So he established me, and he's Ewe. And these people are Ewe. This is the Volta region. And he loved it. Don't get me wrong. He absolutely loved it, but he couldn't make no money up here. And I was pulling all the weight on that level. And he didn't want to see me doing that too much, and I didn't want to. And he had to find his own self. He's young. He hasn't had a child yet. He hasn't been married yet. I got all that. So I released him. I released him back into the world because it would be very selfish for me. And I would lose him anyway because that ain't what it is. And I need something else at this point, and he does too. But I did it. Something that I didn't think I would ever do. And I would never, somebody told me I was going to date a man. I was going to meet a man in Africa. He's going to be 25 years younger than me. I would have laughed. You don't know who you are. You got to figure it out. You got to move into it. Just don't be scared. And was it worth it? Well, look at this beautiful dress. I mean, why? Look at where I live. Like, heck yeah, it was worth it. We had a lot of fun. It was fun. It was fun, 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 fun. So now that you know everything about me, yes. Wow, beautiful. Okay, let me get, because I missed a lot. Wow, jazz and laughter. So we're in the same age group. Yes, okay. So I'm going to come back. Yes, fire. I'm 56. I'm still that different sister. They laugh, and I love it. That's right, Jazz. Yes. Clydell says, you look at them too long. You're girl, you married, girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. Jazz left the beautiful home says, thank you. Retired Egypt laughs. Yes. Oh my God, says, I resonate with you. I've been celibate for almost 5 years now. I'm so grateful I caught this line. I am so grateful too, because it was meant to be. Yes, Jazz. Facts, the New York never leaves you. Never. Hey, Bev, laughter. Ha ha ha, I'm loving this. Yes, Jazz. Noni. Did you ever come across someone toxic? Oh, you mean in life? Hell yeah. How you not? How you not gonna come across someone toxic? Yes. I've been through, oh my God, relationships? Ooh, child. That's why I started in 2000. I found the book Sacred Woman by Queen Afua because I needed it. I was lost in the dark. I you know, once I separated from my daughter's father, I thought it was gonna be something out there was gonna be greater. And it was, actually, no, it did get great, but it was after Sacred Woman. Other than that, oh my God, toxic. I didn't really know who I was. I was always searching. I was looking for love in all the wrong places. I was a black girl being out here trying to find love, but the love I was looking for was missing inside. It wasn't missing outside. It wasn't gonna be out there. And then I got Sacred Woman, Queen of Four, and that changed my entire life. And I met some very good men that took the magical stories. But, so yes, of course, absolutely. But if you mean specifically how I ran into toxic relationships in Ghana, no, because I've been with him. So I've been here 5 years. The first one was the person I worked with, and that was great, but I felt like we would just be better working together. So that one was very short. It was like a fling, but it wound up being a great business relationship. So really, it was something better, beautiful. And it was him. So I didn't have that opportunity to like, so no, not really. No, not here, but doing me. Yes, Clydell. So beautiful. She says, yes, goddess, yes. Let's see. Don't look too, yes, girl, you will be married to these men. How's your day going, girl? Virgil, I'm not sure if I'm feeling you calling me a girl. I'm not sure if I'm feeling that. Don't call me a girl. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I'm not even, let's take that out. I feel some energy in there that was not good. Okay, so anyway, no, because that's what y'all gonna think they're gonna call us girl and boy again. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So it did start off with that, why I have to unplug from the United States stuff that's going on. So I tell all that, I guess, because it was from the Most High, and it was letting you know that intuition creates a very magical, wonderful, and exciting life. To not follow it is to really live a boring existence. In the end, you're not going to regret the wonderful, unique things you did. You're going to regret the things that you didn't do. I promise you. How could my whole life was really exciting, but it could have not been exciting. It could have easily not been exciting. It could have easily, I could have tried to make it in the project, so I couldn't really do that. That was a lie. I was already grew up in Park Slope and I had a different life, so no, don't get me wrong, we had no money. We were still poor, but it was a different exposure to things. But my brother and my sister, uh, they all stayed in New York, in Brooklyn, to be exact. So you could go so many ways. The sister that I traveled with from Brooklyn to Vegas, that short time that we came back to Brooklyn, I pulled her out. I don't know where she would be now had I didn't say, hey, we moving to Cali. And I moved and had to wait 5 months. I convinced her for 5 months to come to Cali. She is in Cali to this day. And she was a year younger than me. She's been here for over 30-something years. The ex that I said, the one I was married to, I was like, he was from Cali. Not from Cali. He had, like me, we had been in Cali for a long time. At that point, he had been there 35 or so years. I had been there like 20-something years. And I tried to drag him to North Carolina. It took a year for him to come. But he's still there. I've been here. He's still there. When I see I had to drag a little bit him out of a cry. He went back to a cry, and I get it. So you might meet people on the path and meet people along the way, but they are not necessarily there to stay. They probably won't be, because you have to go back in your life and look at who you are. And that's what we're going to do in the masterclass. I got handouts. I got stuff this is storytelling. We do the work over there. Because you got to understand, if you look at your life and you start seeing that it's just very, for 25 years I did, and for 30 years I did, it's like, okay, we need to change, shake it up a bit. Got to shake it up. So when I look at it, even now when I tell the story, even the man that EW, like the old man that was 28 years older than me, the way he opened my world, he opened my entire world. He opened my entire world, but even him, the most unique, amazing, artistic, talented person, mentor, teacher, friend in my life is still in California. Everybody that you meet on your path is probably, most of them, is not going with you. They ain't going all the way with you. Especially if you're a person like me that is led by your heart. If it ain't, see, my heart don't lie to me. I'm a Leo. So if it ain't right, my heart's gonna tell me. And I don't want to die, so I listen to my heart and I'll be like, ooh, let me keep on doing this thing that I feel is called to do. So I came up here to not do social media and to not listen to the stuff. That's okay. Like, I'm aware, I'm informed, and it just makes me want to work more diligently to help my sisters get through and get out in whatever way that looks like for them. So if you are interested, it is on my website, afrocentrichomedesign.com. It's already in the description box. It is the next intensive. And it starts this Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. officially, but I always ask my people to, when you come, if you decide to buy it, give yourself 12 to 3 your Eastern Standard Time so that you could, because we're probably going to go over. And what else? And you have to have a Facebook account to actually be on it. It's going to be a private class, but a group, but just for the day. And you're going to learn a lot. It's $50. I'll get you all information. Anyway, I enjoyed you all so very much. Thank you, 41 people, 25 thumbs up. I know we had higher than that at some point. It's a long video, and he added value in his own way. He sure did. That's right, retired. He really did. He really did. He really did. It was fun. But he got to do his own thing, and I really hope that he finds a wonderful young woman to have a baby with and have a happy family. He deserves it. We all do. Whatever that thing we want, he deserves it. So, yeah, I will just say this. I would have never been able to say this long ago, but as we get older, we should know something about ourselves. And this is not bragging, being conceited or anything. He was very blessed to have an experience with me. not just him, but you got to know that about yourself. We put our you know, like our worth into others, but we have so much worth in ourselves. We have so much knowledge and wisdom and experience, and that's worthy and worthy, if you will. And anybody that gets that, I learned that from Sacred Woman Queen of Four. Any man that's blessed enough to be in your presence because of what you have intrinsically is blessed. Believe me, every man I know, I changed their lives, as they have changed mine as well. The ones, all of them. But I've changed theirs. I know that they sit and think I've never had a woman like that again before. I'll never have another woman like that, because if they were, I'm not gonna say it's hard to keep up with me, but I'm gonna say this: if you're a guy that you like everything to kind of stay the same, you don't want the boat to be really rocked. You could stay in the same place in the same town. You could do the same thing. I would not be the woman for you. You would be annoyed with me. I'm going to see the next thing, and I'm gonna want it, and I will go get it if you come or not. But you're gonna come. Unfortunately, in my life, I can see you gonna stay. And what's not unfortunate is you're in a better place than you were. I move people, honey. You're gonna move, and you're gonna move out your complacency. But you might not want to continue to do that. And I'm good with that. Like, I love that about me. I mean, but this is what I'm learning about myself. Yeah, if the way I would date now, it would be very, very intentional. Because I know every person sparks something else in me. Every experience sparks something else. So it's like, oh my God, you know what? We could do this and this and that. But I don't just be talking. I don't just be talking. I'm from Brooklyn. It's not show and tell, it's show and prove. I don't just be talking. I really mean it. I mean that that's what we're going to do. Let's just, well, oh, that'd be nice. Oh, no, I'm not dreaming. We're about to do this. Let's sit down and get help. And I found in my life, sometimes if the person cannot go with me on that level, it'll slow me down. It'll slow me down. So I start thinking, like, what are we really here for? Not everybody's going to be here for a traditional relationship or a traditional marriage. I mean, I never really wanted to, I don't want to say not admit it, because I don't know if it's not something about an admission, but I may be a woman who, when I meet men, this is my lover. Like, this is my lover. This is my lover for the time. The time could be 2 years, it could be 10 years. Because I see myself at 90s, y'all be, they gonna still be trying to keep up my little self. Like, I know me. Now, I know me. I'm not very conventional. It's not even a go-getter. It's a person who follows spirit, and a person who constantly works on her spiritual self. And I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all don't know, this is what your life is going to look like, and it's beautiful and wonderful. You gotta have a pretty strong heart though, because at some point, either you could try to make yourself say, I'm going to be this conventional woman, and I'm going to be this conventional wife, and I'm going to just settle because they want to settle. Here, I won't be able to do it. I won't be able to do it. It's not me not wanting to do it. It's just my brain and my mind and my creativity. I feel like life was made to live. So if I can't do that, so I'm okay with that. Like, but now, like, this is all like new discovery stuff. Y'all got it hot off the press right now. I don't, no. You know, he got me this far. Like the dream in North Carolina was with the ex that we was gonna buy this 18. We were gonna buy 10 plots. We wanted to be 18.5 acres of land. That was mine. And we were gonna build this house and the whole bit. Well, we got the land, but we never got to build a house. And at first that broke me, like, oh my God, this is my dream. This is why we came here together. This is our dream. And not together though. Here it was me and him was gonna come up here and do all these things. Now it's all mine. And it's me. It's not me and him. And at first, I learned from the last one that just because the person didn't work out don't mean you can't continue. Had I known what I know now, we would have kept them 2.5 acres of land. I would have. I would have kept it. I would have figured out a way. I could have still done it. I was paying for it anyway. I should have just kept it, divorced, kept it, and still lived in Durham and still had that land. I didn't know, but I learned this time. Yeah, we're not together no more. We wasn't married, me and Marcy. We're separated, but wait a second, I still got 4 plots of land. And I know we had these dreams gonna do it, but it ain't happening. And actually, it was slow. It was too slow at that point. I'm ready to go a little more. So, and it takes time in between. It takes time. So listen, if y'all want to support me, join the class. It's only $50, and I promise you will know how to change your life. You'll know. So that's what that's meditation. Y'all was invited to my meditation at that moment. That's what we was doing. Yes. Thank you, Anthony. So you're looking very, 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 so many very beautifuls. May God bless you. I thank you, Anthony. Right, exactly. Yes. Yes, this is how I see it. I don't need the label of relationship. If the frequency is right, I can see a man as my lover, but we are 2 free souls. I'm a sovereign woman. Yes, I never knew that. Like Jazz and Laughter, I wanted to be that woman. Because when I was married, I loved it. Sorry, we're going to go soon with the Wi-Fi. But when I'm out of it now, Facebook came up today. January 21st, we would have been married for 9 years. I didn't ever know. I never knew the day we got married. I always forget, 2016. Because it came up today on Facebook. And in 9 years, what I've done with my life has been, I don't know if I would have been in Ghana doing this had I still been married. So as much as I love that aspect of somebody, I feel like going in the same direction, I think we would have stopped right where we stopped, because I would have regretted that, my husband don't really want to do this, because he told me already back even then. So I'm not going to do it because my husband doesn't really want to do it. But because I didn't have a husband anymore, I got to travel to these countries, and I got to explore and get here. So I think there's a path laid for us. I don't know about predestiny or destiny, but I do think that there's a path. I think there's possible. I think the universe says there's so many possible choices, and you can decide on which one you want. And I think this is a path, the path of least resistance, and the path of adventure, and the path of the unknown, and the path of your intuition, your spirit. I think everybody doesn't take that. I think it's a choice. You could say, hey, I want to live life in the now. I want to live life in the present. I want to live life in the now. I want to go with the flow. Or you could say, I want it safe and cozy. I want to know where I am and go and be tomorrow. And I would, if that somebody said, I'm going to give you a life and it's going to be predictable every day, I'll jump out the window. Just forget, I don't want it. Just have it. I can't do predictable. I can't do it. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. I'm 57, so, and there's a lot of me's out there. And hopefully maybe I could be an inspiration to a lot of you. Some of you are new. I hope you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. To say like, wow, you could do it. And you could be a decent woman. You know what I'm saying? It's all these stereotypes about that woman that does those things. It's not true. So I will love again. I'm not really, at that point, I'm not really like looking at that like in a way now. But I know me. I'm an incredible woman. Like, I like men. I like men. Like, let's just make that clear. Let me make sure I say that. I absolutely love men. I love everything about them. I am not that girl. Like, just know. I love men. I love when men flirt with me. I love compliments from men. Let me see. I love the touch of a man. I love a man's voice. I love a man's ability to do some shit. I love a man that gets stuff done. I really like the man that, I know I'm a strong woman, but watch me not be. You should see me. Especially out here, you have to learn Tell them what you want and then let them go get it. Because if you do it, they ain't gonna give it to you because you're a woman. So, but I absolutely, oh my God, and black men, my God. Okay, I love men. I love black men. I love black men. And I was saying to my friend, like, girl, I am not gonna never no African man for me. That is it. But I lie because I thought about it. Because now I'll be out and I'll be seeing. There's so many things I love about African men that I thought that I would never date another one again after only the one I had was two really, but one. Um, I love black men in general. No, they don't have to be African, but I'm just trying to say I'm in Africa, so the chance of meeting an African man is pretty, big. But I love black men because I want to be clear so when people come on, they don't really have to get it twisted. Like, I love men, I love black men, African, whatever. It's all good. Like but you better be you better be able to keep it moving. Okay, you better be able to. I love it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now my new requirements are though if you got to have grown kids already, and I do mean grown. They got to be out of the house. They got to be like in their 20s because my daughter's 28, and that's it. I learned from a young guy: do not date men that never had children. It's not gonna work for you because you can't do that. You can't do that for them, so they're gonna need that. And so that's why I wouldn't date young men for other reasons too. But 10 years younger, I'll do it because I understand my energy level is a little different than maybe men my age. Unless you just some dope 58-year-old, like you just. I know this turned into like one of those like single things, huh? Hey, I'm just putting myself out there just in case. Like I'm not looking for anybody, but I know that sometimes that's how it happens. So I'm just saying, did you get it right? Like black men, you can't be less than 10 years. If you under 10 years or more younger, can't do that because that's too young. I don't mind being my age, but if you kind of, you ain't got no, I don't know. I prefer men that can build. Let me tell you what I really need. I know we really putting out here. Okay, I need somebody that can build some shit. Can you build some shit? Okay, can you put a house together possibly? I mean, do you have construction, carpentry, abilities? Okay, I need that man. That's the one I'm looking for now. Could you garden? Do you know how to like grow some stuff on a real level? Like you can make the beds, you can put in the water system. Can you catch rainwater? Are you interested? Can you build a ram house or at least assist the people? That's what I need. All right, I'm finished now. That's what I really want. And black. And manly. And then if you can't do none of that, are you smart? My ex-husband was very smart. Are you artistic? Are you smart? Like people. Do you speak airway? Now we eliminate a lot of people now. Can you speak airway? Are you airway? I need an airway man. Okay, I only say that because I'm in airway country and I know how this thing work out here, honey. The tribalism or the pride in their ethnicity is much there. But I would like that, but it don't have to be that because I'm limited to myself then. And I'll have all the airway forsters hitting me up. It's not gonna work out. So we don't really want to do that, but I do desire, but not now. I don't desire any, but I know that the next one will have the skills that I need because this is what's permeating my cipher. It's what's permeating my aura and my energy. It's that I know I want to live off grid, and I know I want to do solar power, and I know that I want to, my borehole, and I want to catch rainwater, and I want to what I really need somebody to help me grow my fruits and vegetables. I got to get my kills and stuff. I'm suffering without the stuff. I need to totally not be relying on a crop. So if you are interested, do not get in touch with me. I'm not ready yet. All right, I'm finished. For those that stayed to the end, dating show. It was a dating show. Yes, one day soon I'll be able to join your classes. Okay, guys, I look forward to it. Peace of felicity. Good morning, Miss Lisa in chat. I caught the end of this morning meditation and we'll watch the replay. As always, thank you for your wisdom. You are welcome. Thank you, Univore. I like the earrings. Pretty original. Thank you. I designed them. pyramid with the GME, and then I got the GME nose ring, which I had the man make my jeweler. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you, Beverly, to the channel. Love will come again when you're open to and can't avoid it. That's right, Ellie Marie. Hello, everyone. Hey, Beverly, Ellie Marie. Jazz, right? Laugh out loud. Can you build some ish? Can you hear that, sis? Yeah, you can't really do that. It's not that time. It's a long season in your life to be with me. But I love y'all. I had so much fun, and we're going to keep it like this. High energy, good energy, positive energy, and Goddess energy. I will see y'all in the next one. Phil said, Phil had to go because Phil said Phil was out of line and Beverly got him out. All right, I got to go eat some lunch because I got to eat on time or my whole thing be messed up. And I will see you in the next video. Pass it on, share with others. And I hope I see you on Sunday. Go to the website, Afrocentric Home Design. You are very welcome, Renee. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love.